to update biodata, and private companies' netball competition underway. A very good evening. This is National Emtv News. I'm Jaylee Sapies. Thank you for joining us. Secretary for Department and Agricultural Livestock, Dr. Sergey Bang, has challenged the stakeholders and commodity boards to meet the target of creating 1 million jobs before 2030.
The agriculture sector's plan for the next 10 years, launched last year, was to focus on downstream processing and enterprising to contribute to the government's target of reaching a 200 billion kina economy. This includes the creation of 1 million jobs by 2030. The Department of Agriculture and Livestock Secretary said everyone in the sector has a role to play to meet the targets set by the national government.
Increase the proportional contribution of the agriculture sector to PNG GDP. And so there is a target of 30 billion we're given in the medium-term plan for. And so we must work hard that every year we must increase in that contribution. And we must create an additional 2 million direct jobs within the 10-year plan. 27, we should deliver 1 million jobs. You are sorry, in this year, the next few years, to give 500,000 jobs. By 2027, 1 million jobs. So, my brother, I take this very seriously. The oil palm industry, the coffee industry, the cocoa industry, we must, create those jobs.
He said the National Agriculture Sector Plan also includes creating SME for citizens.
450,000 MSMEs. Then we have a big issue of malnutrition across our country. So the starting is at 48%. So, my dear brother secretary, we have to work, the agricultural sector has to work with the health sector, education sector, the donors, all the commodity churches and the community organizations. We must work in partnerships to bring this starting of children down to 20% or below.
Dr. Bang further stressed on some important targets in the agriculture sector moving forward.
First, we must focus on the production volumes and the values we must increase. And under that, we look at import replacement, as you have rightly spoken on, the food, the fresh food, and the livestock, where we need to take import replacement. We must look at those projects that will deliver to us import replacement and really do the strong M&Es to see that those outputs are achieved every quarter. We have projects that will bring us foreign exchange through exports, through coffee and cocoa and oil palm. So we must also work strong to make sure they deliver an increase. From where we are now at 4.5 billion or 5 billion forex, we must, in the next 5 and 10 years, we must see an increase, a strong increase. There's a target of 30 billion. We must progressively move up towards that target. We must ensure that we must strengthen our domestic market economy.
The agriculture sector is expected to contribute 30 billion kina by 2030. Esther Gane, National Emtv News.
Members of Number One Super Limited must not pay staff to fast-track their retirement fund, says the CEO, Paul Seya.
At an event in Port Moresby, CEO for Number One Super Limited, Mr. Paul Seya, appealed to the members to report to him if any of his staff offer fast service in exchange for free.
Our services are free. Don't be offering people money to fast track. The fast track doesn't exist. It's the same track that everyone is on. Right? If someone from my staff says they'll do something for you, and if you pay them, then let me know, because they'll be sacked. One of the hardest things is you're sitting there thinking that we have a really good organisation, and unfortunately someone does the wrong thing. For some small amount, thinking that they will be going through, and they've lost their job. Right? So please don't be offering, but if someone's coming to you from our employment and saying they'll do a fast track, then report them in. Right? We want to try and get rid of that. For a long period of time, for 30, you've been used to managing a small amount of money each fortnight. You get a big amount of money. What practice have you had with that big amount of money? You think it can last a long time, and I've seen how it just goes so quickly. So maybe leave it with us, steal your money, and you can take it out in smaller lots, as and when you need it, or have a payment on a regular basis.
Mr. Saya further said members who are interested in their financial literacy program can visit their website and register online. Pakatambua, National MTV News.
Number One Super Limited has acknowledged positive performance in 2024 despite challenges. This was revealed by NSL CEO Paul Saya at a recent event.
During his keynote speech at the recent workshop hosted by NBC in Port Moresby, CEO for Number One Super Limited, Mr. Paul Saya, said the organization's offshore portfolio has performed well last year, supported by a strong interest in technology stocks in which they hold investment in.
We've had a good year last year. I'm hoping it's the best that I've had in the 7 years that I've been in the fund, without promising what that's going to be, because we need to go through and get the auditors to sign off that those funds are there. We also saw a big amount increase from what we've invested offshore. We invest into investments around the world. Now, most of you are sitting here with a phone, and that phone is not made in PNG. Most of the software on your phone is made somewhere else, and we pay all these people money for those. Wouldn't it be good to own or have some access to all that money that these people are making through things like phones? A simple thing as a phone. So there's no PNG phone, they're all coming from overseas. So we're investing overseas, making money overseas. But what you'll see, what happens overseas is that things go really well and then they drop. And you'll see that in our returns. From one year to the next, they go up and down. They're very volatile. It'd be great if they were always up.
Though most of NSL's gains from its investment came from offshore, Mr. Saya said they have seen strong capital gain from its BSP PNG shares.
That increase that we have for 2024, unfortunately, hasn't necessarily come from our investments in PNG. One of the investments in PNG that went really well during 2024 was BSP. So BSP came through well. We're one of the largest stockholders of BSP. One of our small holdings had a really good year as well, which was Toyota. I don't know whether they're replacing all the vehicles that were damaged at January last year, but certainly Toyota came through.
The CEO said every year has its own challenges, and there's no guarantee that the results would be the same. However, he said NSL was investing for long term, and it would certainly generate wealth. Pakatambua, National MTV News.
Chief Executive Officer of Number One Super Limited, Paul Saya, has encouraged teachers to update their beneficiary lists and member biodata, to invest in their future and consider making additional contributions through voluntary contribution. This also positions them for housing advance and make the most of NSL services such as the free financial literacy program available to all NSL members.
Number One Super Limited, or NSL, joined over 2,500 teachers at the Sioni Kami Memorial Church in Port Moresby to witness the Teachers' Dedication Service organized by their employer, the Teachers Service Commission, early this week. This was NSL's first major stakeholder engagement for 2025, and it is fitting that it is with teachers who make up the largest membership base for NSL. The Education Department makes up approximately 50% of the total membership base of Number One Super. Speaking during the event, CEO Mr. Paul Sayer encouraged teachers to update their beneficiary list and member biodata. While speaking about retirement, Mr. Sayer also used the opportunity to thank the government on behalf of all NSL's 235,000 members for the recent announcement that members who have been contributing for 15 years or more would no longer have their retirement savings taxed 2% upon withdrawal. This is extremely positive news for NSL members. He said this change is expected to take effect this year in 2025 and is very good news for members who have been faithfully contributing to their superannuation savings for over 15 years, and this will mean they will have access to their full super savings upon retirement. During the event, the teachers were fortunate to receive an update from Mr. Sayer on the preliminary results for 2024, indicating that the financial results for 2024 was looking positive. Esther Gane, National Emtv News.
Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko recently welcomed European Union support for PNG's 50th independence celebrations.
In a meeting with the Foreign Minister this week, the Ambassador of the European Union, His Excellency Jack Fredin, confirmed this year marks the Union's 48 years of diplomatic relations with PNG. The Ambassador noted that they will support the Jubilee year as they mark European Day on May 9, 2025, and said they yet to confirm who would represent EU to attend the 16th September Independence Anniversary celebrations. Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko welcomed the gesture, thanking EU for their support over the years since their establishment in Port Moresby in 1977. Meanwhile, Minister Tachenko went on to note that for the first time in history, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto will be attending the anniversary celebration, adding that he'll make the announcement on the attendance of a member of the royal family this week. The minister reiterated that invitations have been sent out to Pacific Island leaders and most of them will attend. Natasha Ovoy, National Emtv News.
National Emtv News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Dipla Halivim Wari Belong You.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Sports Scene returns in February 2025. Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes are on Papua. How an NRL team based here.
Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Trending athletes. And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name's Gemma Schnobel.
And all the Yakawatsu.
Join me in February for Sports Scene, only on your number one to watch, MTV. You're watching National MTV News. Southern Highlands Provincial Member William Powie has condemned the killing of the late Officer George in the highest order and calls for justice to take its course.
Provincial Member William Powie, in his address to the grieving community and relatives of the deceased officer, condemned the killing of police.
In the highest order, long this criminal behavior one man lotari, lo kisim short life lo brother plomipla lo here, tamen workers and policeman, na saving community lo Hela province, me joining multiple Southern Highlands, na condemning this criminal killing, barbaric, insane killing of an innocent man in Tari. I must go to record from Papua New Guinea, the Southern Highlands governor and the provincial government. Now, from Milo Hela Poroma, now, whether 23, 24 wards long Poroma, what the Nipa Kurubu Southern Highlands, people condemning this killing. Everyday killing is happening in our province. For this one, me Magi Mouse belong Southern Highlands people, the provincial government, na me condemn him in the highest order. Long this young man work stop 15 years me are saving more people Hela, na one man just see fit to put a trigger and take his life away like this. And what kind of country and what kind of society we are building if you have no respect for life? So this must stop the record.
Powie emphasized that the suspect is currently behind bars and called for the full force of law to prevail, ensuring that justice is served and that such acts of violence are met with the appropriate consequences. Sharon Engnui, National MTV News, Mendi.
Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko also shared sentiments on the Australian High Commissioner to PNG's recent announcement of retirement.
The minister in a statement described the news of John Fick's retirement as the Australian High Commissioner to the country as a shock to PNG. Noting his good work ethics and direct approach, Minister Kachenko alluded that this will indeed leave a huge void to be filled, as Fik's commitment, leadership, and energy to strengthen bilateral relations was exemplary. The Foreign Affairs Minister wished Mr. Fix well on his retirement and success for his future endeavors. The 62-year-old John Fix noted that he had announced his retirement, alluding to personal reasons. Mr. Fix, who served as the High Commissioner to PNG since September 2023, previously was the First Secretary from 2000 to 2003 and the Deputy High Commissioner from 2008 to 2012. Natasha Ovoy, National, MTV News.
Public service delivery mechanism seems empowered now in Ijivitari district of Northern Province. Local MP David Arore has made it a mandatory requirement to ensure the district's public service delivery mechanism is fit to deliver.
In a recent update by the local MP, the Ijivitari District Development Authority has utilized funds to improve all public utilities and infrastructures at the Afore station for public servants. Government infrastructures, including public servants' houses and the district office headquarters, has undergone major renovations. Local MP David Arore said that by the end of February, the temporary office in Popondetta will be closed and all public servants will be relocated to the district headquarters in Afore Station to operate. The MP noted that by March, the first government cheque will be printed in Afore. He said although this will be an accomplishment, there is more work yet to be done in the district. Acting Chief Executive Officer for Ijivitari, Kila Sibolo, has commended the MP for making it possible for all public servants to operate in the district to deliver basic government services to its people. Natasha Ovoy, National, MTV News.
Amidst the overwhelming state of the Laloki Psychiatric Hospital that is now taking a turn to recovery is the notable dedication of medical workers and staff that continue operations at the country's only psychiatric facility. Commending this was the outgoing acting CEO, Dr. Downey Esarom.
In his parting address to the staff recently at the psychiatric facility, the outgoing acting CEO, Dr. Downey Esarom, highlighted two priorities to the staff that is yet to be addressed. The first being the 30-plus vacancies of vital roles that need to be filled for human resources, and the second concerns entitlements and enumerations.
And some of you who were not paid entitlements and remunerations, I have a file sitting in the office that I will give over to Dr. Nanawar to continue on. And we did promise you that one of the first things that we need to sort out, outstanding, when we get the 1 million, is your staff remunerations. Your leaves are sitting in the office. I couldn't sign it because I don't have the money. Okay. As soon as the money comes in, and I've been assured by the secretary that the money will come in, as soon as the money comes in, you guys will be sorted out. All the remunerations and whatnot that we owe you, it's very important that we sort it out.
He assured that this will be carried on by his successor, the now acting CEO, Dr. Ludwig Nanawar, noting that he had completed close to 90% of the work expected from him in the 3 months of his engagement. Dr. Downey expressed gratitude to his support.
I've never been a CEO of a hospital, but this was the first time for me. It was not easy, but it was enjoyable at the same time. But it was not difficult for me. Why? Because I had very good staff who, despite all the challenges going through over the last 4 or 5 years, I told you guys in the first forum that I've never come across a very resilient group of people, group of health workers. We're actually in the midst of crumbling infrastructure, crumbling mess, condemned infrastructure. You still at it and working hard. So.
Similar sentiment was shared by the Minister of Health, who praised the staff.
We must never give up in any situation in Staplongen. Namila Tok, thank you, Lord Staff. Despite all these things that were happening the last couple of years, you still remain committed to your job. Thank you. Pajan Lupa. You could have left and left. You could have left this place. You could have said, oh, who cares about this place? Nongat management, not in order. So, why me stop lawyer? You could have left. But me to thank you. On behalf of government, me today, me to thank you. Lo hat you got long end. Because you talk also, me go, so la sigma I'm by also one. I'm by Daya. I mean, it didn't mean I missed up. So, me to thank you.
As the psychiatric facility embarks on what is now described as a road to recovery, the staff are encouraged by the health minister not to waste efforts taking sides, but rather serve in their line of duty and leave ongoing investigations into the hospital proceed. Natasha Ovoy, National, MTV News.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Every day, 180 million litres of water pumps into Port Moresby. Every day, its journey to your household tap is made safe at this water treatment plant. Every day, raw water is filtered, disinfected and purified so that you and your loved ones have access to clean, usable water. For 65 years, our water treatment technology has been hard at work, but now it needs to hit pause. Port Moresby's population has increased 500% since the treatment plant was built, putting enormous pressure on the water supply network. We need to hit pause so that the filtering equipment can be repaired, maintained, upgraded, so that the water you use and consume continues to be safe. In January, Water PNG announces water rationing in Port Moresby. Yes, this is inconvenient, but safety comes first, a temporary discomfort for an investment in the future. We are upgrading for cleaner, safer water for all. Support us in this period by planning, rationing and conserving water. For more information, visit our Facebook page.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport, to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Speaker made a decision for the motion of vote of no confidence.
Someone was not serious in the most serious transaction of Parliament.
2024 was a year marked by many significant events, no doubt urged into PNG's history. Join us as we take a look at some of these defining events.
From the catastrophic event of Black Wednesday and to the devastating Mulitaka landslide.
Provincial Disaster Committee declaring mass burial sites.
To the historical papal visit by Pope Francis, to the announcement of PNG's successful bid to enter the NRL.
Join us on Sunday, February 2nd in the year in review for 2024, right here on your number one towards MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. The Hela Highway was recently cleared to open for normal operation. This is following the visit of the Southern Highlands Provincial Member William Powie. The road was blocked off by the relatives and tribesmen of the deceased police officer late George, who was believed to be murdered.
Following the tragic murder of a late senior police officer, George Lapon, The highway leading to Tari Hela province was blocked off by the tribesmen of the deceased officer several weeks ago, expressing their frustration. This blockage has significantly impacted the operations of LNG projects in Hela province. In response, Provincial Member William Powie visited the grieving community to address the situation. Powie called on the community to allow the road to reopen for normal operations under three conditions: a demand for compensation, the establishment of a proper monument for the late officer, and a commitment from Powie to follow up on the submitted petition.
You see me come here and give you tell me like you me are sorry me lo I lo papo nigini that behind him talk from governor. Yes, me from back sim body. Kisim body come, we bloom by planning body, could him demand lottery, could him petition here, now we blow wait him governor and deliver and display memory something here, now 3+ something, people consider him, now people free him road, action mobile, Trans Wonderland, all car, plong all people know not him, me like you giving me full assurance also.
In response to Powie's call, a community leader declared that the road would be clear for operation and elaborated further on the community's willingness to cooperate.
I think asking me reply. Relative, go Superannuation talk show. Apa bla satin talk rate. But working mana brother blooming, governor blooming. Miss our vice staff so. Sarap na sabatim bla. I think tips for the kami na babso. On the brother lagi rin kami.
Powie also commended the leaders of all 24 wards in Poroma and throughout Hela province for their swift response in apprehending the suspect.
We are in visitation blooming talk. The road now is free. All by noon walking roadblock kind of safe, but people continue to prosecute the Medra, stablo court blongan, stablo handlo police. Now also kokisim body lottery, place the demands, normal demand also walking longan, and then we follow up lo this petition walking. Meet of people thank you lo leaders lo Hela who say cooperate lo display.
This confrontation culminated on Friday, the 24th of this month.
Now moving to overseas news, 4 Israeli hostages are spending their first night on home soil after 15 months of captivity in Gaza.
For 15 months, thousands and thousands of Israelis have gathered here in central Tel Aviv at Hostage Square each Saturday night to listen, to reflect and to combine their voices, calling for the release of all Israeli hostages held by Hamas. That is a call that is directed as much at the group still operating in Gaza as it is to the Israeli government, insisting Benjamin Netanyahu and his team can and should do more to bring hostages home immediately. There were cheers as video of the 4 female Israeli soldiers reunited with their families were played on the big screen. Their relief and that of the families felt by the crowd here. They were handed over in Palestine Square in the heart of Gaza City. The ABC's cameras there as Hamas paraded the 4 women before the crowds before handing them over to the International Red Cross, which drove them to the border in convoy. Then they were presented to the IDF and returned to Israel. The group taken to the Re'im military base in southern Israel, embracing their families and boarding military helicopters for the journey to a hospital just outside Tel Aviv. There, the women will remain for some time, recuperating and readjusting to their lives now back in Israel. The full impact of their time in captivity will take weeks, if not months, to be fully realised. Thousands have gathered here in central Tel Aviv once more to insist the job isn't done. This 6-week ceasefire is focusing on the release of 33 hostages, 33 out of 98 held in Gaza. Others will only be released if this fragile truce continues beyond 42 days, including Vicky Cohen's son Nimrod, a serving IDF soldier.
We don't trust our government. We see during the time that our Prime Minister torpedoed the deal, and this deal can be signed a long time, many months ago, but only the pressure of Trump, only Trump, the pressure Netanyahu, make it happen at last.
That's a sentiment shared by many here in the crowd who have booed as the names of senior members of Benjamin Netanyahu's government, far-right ministers who have been agitating for a return to fighting in Gaza, were read out. Until all of them are home, the feelings here will be mixed.
There is no word in the Hebrew language, in the English language, in any language that can describe what we are feeling, the mixed emotions that we are feeling.
Australians far and wide have gathered in Sydney to celebrate Australian Day.
Just before dawn, the Sydney Opera House was lit up with Indigenous artwork to commemorate Australia's First Nations community. Meanwhile, people flocked to Sydney's Bondi Beach for a sunrise swim, and crowds were treated to a sunrise smoking ceremony and performance. And in Western Sydney, people are taking to the skies in hot air balloons to celebrate Australia's National Day. Hundreds of councils have hosted citizenship ceremonies across the country, welcoming new Australians. In Canberra, the Prime Minister presided over the event, sending a message of unity.
We are all part of a nation built by hope and hard work, aspiration and determination. A democracy where every citizen counts themselves as equal. A society where your character counts for more than your name, where your hard work matters more than where you come from.
National MTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favourite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Dipla Halivim Wari belong you.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic, and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport, to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
People have different views about this situation that we are currently going on.
So a vote of no confidence is an accountability mechanism.
Talk to you about our Project Zero, focuses on energy poverty.
In Focus returns in February 2025, a weekly news and current affairs talk show which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and the region. We engage in discussions with key decision makers and influential figures across politics, industry, economics and business, as well as health, social, cultural and environmental sectors. Right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Get ready for the return of Home in 2025, bringing to you fresh ideas and expert tips for enhancing your home and lifestyle. We're back exploring the outdoors on Out and About, staying active with health and fitness, caring for your furry friend on pet care, and so much more. Home returning with a new season, February 2025, on your number one to watch, MTV.
True Kai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The private company's netball competitions are underway at the Rita Flynn Courts in Port Moresby.
Speaking to Trukai Sports today, President Julie Mai gave a rundown of the competition.
We are now into the second round of the competition. We started the competition in October last year and ending the round one just before the Christmas break. And we resumed 3 games 3 weekends ago. And today is the third game of round 2. So after this game, we will have 2 more games before the finals. So the grand final is expected to be held on the 2nd of March next month, the following month.
Mai further emphasized on the competition.
The teams have just come back from the New Year's and Christmas season and we're basically now in full force. And everyone is really fighting hard to secure the top 4 spots in the finals. And so far, so good. We want to thank all the executives for working well with the company executives who are working well with the association's executives to ensure the smooth running of the competition.
She also acknowledged the sponsors.
I'd like to acknowledge our sponsor, Vodafone, who have come in as the gold sponsor for the 2004-2005 season. This is probably the first time anyone has come in.
Meanwhile, competition president Julie Mai gave her remarks on the men's competition.
Mai said it is important to take part in sporting activities in order to stay fit and healthy.
It's about employees coming out from their workplace. And employees are not just females, but also male. So we want to encourage all workers to come out and participate, get to know, bond together and get to know each other. Not everyone have that connection at work, and here at on the sporting field, if you'd like, this is where they get to appreciate and know each other better.
She further elaborated that there's a growing interest since last year.
We started the males competition also because of the requests that was coming from a few
Next games, another reminder for
males
school
in
cards.
the different
That's for scoreboard 2, sentence spans,
companies who wanted to also play in this competition, and so we started off the males competition last season with just 4 teams, and after that generated a lot of interest, and this year we now have about 9 teams.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Under-20 Wanderers Rugby Union team received sporting gears today.
This initiative was spearheaded by young Zentia Hughes from Sydney. Ms. Zentia, who is very passionate about helping others, launched an initiative to support communities by collecting and donating essential sporting items. With the help of Mom Belinda Hughes, who works in PNG for Independent Commission Against Corruption, reached out to local families, encouraging them to donate second-hand shoes and sporting gears. That collected items were transported to PNG and then delivered. Ms. Hughes has donated to netball local clubs and now to Wanderers Under-20 Rugby Union team. Her mother Belinda Hughes said they are really happy to support local clubs and sports in Papua New Guinea.
So we were lucky enough to go and see the Wanderers Club, the under-20s, play some games, and we heard that they needed some more equipment, some footy boots and some training gear. So my daughter back in Australia approached some local clubs and asked for them to donate anything that they can. And we got some overwhelming support. We're happy to help as much as we can, and thank you for the Wanderers Club for working with us to try and get this material here.
She also highlighted the motivation behind the initiative.
We really want to see young athletes that, we saw some incredible talent on that footy field, and to see kids sharing footy boots. We really want to try and stop that, and we want every kid to be able to have a pair of footy boots.
Wanderers team manager Margaret Taule also gave her remarks.
It's a privilege for us to receive this because, true, we have kids that come from different backgrounds and having to share boots on the field and running in, and I'm glad we had someone see that and come to the rescue for this, and it's going to really boost the boys up. They're mainly under-20 boys who live, some in the settlement and some have the opportunity to excel in games. So these sort of things will inspire them and boost them up with their performance this year, and we're grateful on behalf of the Wanderers team.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The Gariho Rugby League competitions are underway in Port Moresby.
With having intense battle over the past weeks, Interim President Stalon Tanda spoke on the game.
Now this week we play round 7. We got 3 more rounds, no more rounds remaining. Before we play eventual finals. So far progress per game, I'm go right. Game go to back-end decisions, I'm go tough stuff. Plenty of teams will all play strong level, all teams will come outside low. Ward 11. Ward 11 yet, they must, plenty of 3-4 team, kind of same Freeway Bulls, GS1 Hornets, GS2 Dolphins. All teams will all play strong inside low. Ward 11 yet. But outside kind of some Middle City Reds, Mogo Tigers, Korovano Koni, some team will come outside them, Dirty Eagles, some team will play strong them this year.
Tanda further shared highlights of the competition.
Almost every weekend, crowd will build up stuff. Maybe roughly 2,000 to 3,000 crowd man Mary also come watch a game, and this also waiting weekend watch a game na. This time good lalo side lo local economy lo gerowol mama also salim kolora na isplok lemem. At least I'm helping more ksiom la good pla income lo rest of the week.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Every day, 180 million litres of water pumps into Port Moresby. Every day, its journey to your household tap is made safe at this water treatment plant. Every day, raw water is filtered, disinfected and purified so that you and your loved ones have access to clean, usable water. For 65 years, our water treatment technology has been hard at work, but now it needs to hit pause. Port Moresby's population has increased 500% since the treatment plant was built, putting enormous pressure on the water supply network. We need to hit pause so that the filtering equipment can be repaired, maintained, upgraded, so that the water you use and consume continues to be safe. In January, Water PNG announces water rationing in Port Moresby. Yes, this is inconvenient, but safety comes first, a temporary discomfort for an investment in the future. We are upgrading for cleaner, safer water for all. Support us in this period by planning, rationing and conserving water. For more information, visit our Facebook page.
Hi kids, I'm Steffi. Join me on Kids Corner for some great fun and exciting activities. Story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Kids Corner returns February 3rd on your number one to watch, Emtv.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hena, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Now moving to overseas sports. Australia remains unbeaten in the Women's Ashes Cricket Series after a 72-run win over England in the third T20 at Adelaide Oval last night.
Batting first, Australia finished at 5 for 162 with opener Beth Mooney smashing 94 runs from 63 balls. In reply, England was dismissed for just 90 runs.
You know, it's really tough to get into the 11. It's even tougher to stay in the 11. I think coming into the series, I thought I was probably close to being on the chopping block. So it's pretty nice to score a few runs and get my confidence back.
Australia's men's and women's teams are both into the semi-finals of the International Rugby 7 Series in Perth.
The men's team had an upset 24-12 win over the 2024 Olympic champions France in last night's quarter-final. The men will take on South Africa next. The Australian women thrashed Japan 35-0 to book their spot in the semis. Next up, they face Canada.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. True Kai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Kai. True Kai, true inspiration through generations.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello Better Banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company. Totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods. Return in February. Cooking over fire. From the garden.
Hi, I'm Martha. Come February, join me on a food spree on a new season of Kai Time. Kai Time returns February 5th on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming of more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
The weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Momase region, Lae City mostly cloudy with some showers. Vanimo partly cloudy with few showers. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau mostly fine to partly cloudy. Buka mostly cloudy with few showers. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City cloudy with chances of showers, and Mendi, Tari and Wabeg cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 26th of January 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.